Bonjour. That's French for hello. I'm Ben McCoy, and tonight I will be showing you how a lady eats a burrito. A common misconception is that ladies don't order fine Mexican cuisine, and while one could easily argue that fine Mexican cuisine is most certainly an oxymoron, that doesn't mean a lady can't enjoy it. A lady has bowels too, you know. Burritos are cooked in a special Mexican oil called tequila, so a lady must wear her finest elbow-length gloves throughout the entire meal so as to keep her eyes from becoming bloodshot. Jewelry is an important part because onlookers will be less likely to think, that lady is eating a burrito, and will more likely think, wow, look at that lady's jewelry. The burrito is much like the fragile male ego and comes wrapped in a tin foil that it uses as a protective sheath. With just a little coddling and selective flattery, the burrito, much like the male, will be primed for consumption. Here's an example. Ooh, you're so big. Wow, you really are a super burrito, aren't you? You're just so huge, I don't know if I can fit all of you in my mouth. See, the tinfoil covering will now vanish into thin air, just like the male at the hint of commitment. Though the burrito is now vulnerable and seemingly ripe for consumption, a lady takes the utmost care in proper etiquette and ritual. The elite have always understood that sensuality is an important part to eating a burrito. Therefore, false eyelashes are used and gently caresses the outer layer of the tortilla as if to say, I am a lady and you are a burrito. Now that you've established gender roles with your meal, I suggest furthering feminine stereotypes by reapplying your lipstick heavily before beginning to dine. A homosexual once told me that if one applies translucent powder to one's lips, the lipstick won't move or smudge no matter what goes in or on your mouth. Discretion, you see, is an important part to how a lady eats a burrito. Inside the burrito often lies jalapeno peppers, spicy salsa, and the failed dreams of immigrants. This makes the burrito a passionate entree indeed, one that is unpredictable, a delectable wild card in the stomach. So as to not offend the south of the border sensibilities of the burrito, one should begin to bite as follows. Moan, gasp with each bite, rolling your eyes and fluttering your false eyelashes. After you finish chewing, glance menacingly to the first person to your left, narrow your eyes in a devilish scowl, then return your attention lovingly back to the burrito, as this will assuage any potential jealousies or insecurities your burrito may have in your presence. A lady is the perfect companion and knows just exactly how to keep a burrito amicable and benevolent. This helps to avoid indigestion and a case of the black diamonds. Black diamonds is an aristocratic term meaning lady diarrhea. The Elizabeth Taylor fragrance, White Diamonds, bears, surprisingly, no relation. At this point, a lady may enjoy her meal. An important fact is that a lady never finishes any meal, or else she would be in peril of assuming the title indulgent, without restraint, or even selfish. The only time a lady may finish an entire meal is in the privacy of her own sorrow on the verge of a nervous mental breakdown, in front of the Refrigerator sobbing at 3 to 4 a.m. Should the Refrigerator be poorly stocked, a lady may peruse the drive-through window of any fine fast food establishment, but only when in disguise. Before leaving the restaurant, a lady always corrects any misfortune that may have taken place on her person. Because only streetwalkers and supermodels check their makeup and fluorescent lights, a lady relies on her trusty oversized sunglasses to view her reflection. Common folk use napkins to blot the mouth or skin because they hate the environment. A lady blots using jewelry because she is glamorous and loves the environment. And that's how a lady eats a burrito.